So, welcome back to another scene from Boston by Night, where I have Alice. She right there. I put her there. She's in the process of getting up and getting out of her room, doing her normal shit, waking up in her normal bed, putting on her normal slippers. And fuck it, she can wander around in pajamas today. Where the fuck is she gonna go? So she will put on her PJs. Well, leave on her PJs, put on her slippers, and after checking her phone and exchanging a couple texts, tuck that in her pocket because these are swanky ass PJs and they have pockets. And she will wander out of her room, take herself a little left ski, and take a little sneaky peek over the banister as she usually does before going down. See if anyone besides Polo is there.
As you look over the banister, the music is playing as always. Uh, bit of old, kind of classic swing. You look over. The furniture's all there. The nice plush red. The fine dark mahogany table. There's a sheet of glass over the top of it. And you see nobody.
Not even the man, the myth, the legend.
Nope. You see his paper kind of folded up on the side of the table next to his chair.
Is there a tea set up there?
There is not.
Hmm. Okay, no, that's it. Interest peaked. She's gonna wander down. Kind of, cock an ear as she goes, trying to see if she hears anyone stomping around, maybe poke her nose in the kitchen.
You poke your nose in the kitchen. No, it's empty in there too.
Huh. That's weird. But there's some doors down here she has not tried, at least one of which Lydia has come in and out of before. She's just gonna pop that one open and look in.
All right, so you kind of turn right to your right, and you see there's like the few bookcases in the corner under the stairs, where the stairs go upwards onto the landing above. There's a doorway next to them. That's the one you've seen Lydia come in and out of quite a lot.
I assume it doesn't have a nameplate on it or anything.
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
And veering left to that is kind of a pretty wide hallway that kind of runs along the side of the kitchen. You peek down there. There's like another two doors on the right, same wall as the one that Lydia comes out of, and then there's another one further way down on the left.
Huh. Well, poking her head in because she's kind of curious now, and this has become exploring. Because Polo is not in his spot, and that is a thing that upsets her.
All right, which door are you going to?
Probably just that first one initially, the one that Lydia's usually in and out of.
So you poke your head in there. It's pretty dark. It's kind of the what's the best way to put it? Like the kind of the home of like just ambient noise, so to say, and that kind of little bit of warm light. Nothing pretty dark. Nothing overly major going on. You can't really see too much. You can tell, the kind of thing where it's dark, but you don't really know what's in here, so you can't really tell what it is. But there's definitely objects placed in the room.
She'll kind of look, with the light spilling in from where she's opened the door, look just beside the door for a switch or a dimmer knob.
Oh, there's a switch.
Flicks it.
You flick on the switch, and the room is illuminated pretty vastly, in fact. And you see a fairly hefty library.
Holy shit! She just kind of wanders in a couple steps and just takes it in because holy shit!
Yeah, and you wander in. There's a few glass cases with a few like little ornaments in, like a few books that are open that are obviously kind of some form of collector's edition and stuff. They've got all fancy embroidery on the tomes and such like that. There is quite a few shelves. There's a good four on either side of the room, both double backed, as you can see in the picture. But as you look through the shelves, everything is in perfect order. They are
Yeah.
all color coded,
Oh,
all of
Jesus.
them, alphabetically color coded, and then alphabetically ordered.
She probably won't waste too much time, but yeah, she'll wander in, just kind of glance down the aisles, like just kind of taking it in for a second, because she wasn't ready for that.
Wondering, as you do, you kind of just gazing around. It's like, damn, this is something you see. Kind of, you don't see. You kind of click onto it as you see a little head poking out from behind one of the bookcases. The kind of round, circular glasses just on the end of her nose, just a little bit. There's a dainty little hand appears around the side. Alice?
Yeah. Are you shelving in the dark?
No.
I mean, I suppose you could if you wanted to, but
Would, would that be weird if I did?
I mean, pretty much everything all of us do is weird, so shrug. Not really. Not comparatively. I mean, whatever makes you happy. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I didn't figure anyone was in here with the lights off.
Uh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Would you like me to turn them back off?
No, I'm not weird or anything. I just sit in the dark all the time.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
I yeah. It's kind of like the deflated, like yeah, okay. Yeah. Looks down.
She kind of jerks the thumb over her shoulder. You sure you don't want me to just flick it off? Like,
No. It's fine. It's fine. Why are you after a book? Something? Or
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know we had a library.
well, of course we have a library.
I mean, yeah, now that I see it, of course we do.
Where else are we going to keep all the books?
I didn't know we had so many.
And looks around. Hmm. It's quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see Polo outside. You know where he is? By chance?
Rolls with episode. Give me a second. You ready for this? She has that, but she has a thing. Holy shit, she gets one success. Shakes her head. No. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, damn it. I didn't have my shit pulled up. 1 second. She wins.
Yeah, no. She's twitching nervously, but as Lydia always is.
Yeah, pretty much. So she just kind of looks disappointed, like, like you do. Okay. It's just kind of weird for him not to be in his chair. But whatever. I guess I could ask you, if you don't mind.
Sure. I don't mind.
So, like, all you guys have been with Ivy longer than me, but, which one of you guys has been with her the longest?
Takes in a deep breath. Rolls one episode.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
It's only one.
Is it only one?
Yes.
Wow. It's
All right.
punishing.
So she looks down, looks off to the side. Nope. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know who's been around longer than you?
I I mean, everybody's older than me.
And how long have they been with Ivy?
I looks down. Don't know. She's obviously lying, and she's completely fucking awful at it.
She's like a scared little bunny, though. And Alice is trying to decide how to confront the fact that she is flat lying without scaring the bejesus out of her. Uh, are you sure? Kind of looks at her like the really bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're a really bad liar. We're just putting it out there. Like, you can say you're uncomfortable if you need to, and that you don't want to answer, but you're a really bad liar.
And stops for a second. Why do you want to know?
Oh, because I want to learn more about Ivy, and I don't want to stress her out.
Takes a deep breath. You gotta you gotta promise that you don't tell her that I told you this, okay?
Okay,
You gotta promise.
I promise.
Promise what?
Promise I won't tell her that you're the one that told me.
Nods. George has been with her the longest.
Whew. That's gonna be a ride. Kind of rubs
Mhm.
the back of her head.
What do you mean?
Any advice on talking to Georgia without, you know, kind of setting her off? Niall sets her off all the time.
She a bit bossy. Doesn't like questions. Shakes her
Awesome.
head.
Well,
She leans forward. She's a real bitch.
she actually does that. She kind of snorts. Uh, do you know why? Like, what's...
I don't know. She can be just like really nasty sometimes. She like makes mess, like knocking over things. You know, like spilling things on the carpet, and then I have to get the gloves out and have the carpet cleaner and make sure it's all up. I gotta make sure everything's all taken up, and she'll come in here and she'll move all the books around. I have to spend hours trying to find them, and she'll always take one that I'm just right in the middle that I'm missing and hide it around the, you know.
I'm sorry. It's kind of a dick move. I didn't know she did things like that. You know it's her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's got to be her. I'm sure of it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess I'll ask her a bunch of questions and piss her off. It'll be great. I'll try to.
Why? Why do you want to ask her questions, though?
I just figured whoever had known Ivy the longest would have an easier time answering. Kind of shrugs. But I mean, if you want, I could ask you some of it. You don't have to tell me answers if you don't want to. You can just tell me you can't.
No, no, no. I can answer questions. That's why I'm here. That's what I do. I answer the questions and I do the things.
Oh,
That's that's me.
she gives her a glowing little smile. Oh, good. Okay. I mean, do you want to go, like, sit at one of the tables or something? Or you just want to hang out here?
Looks around. Just just come in here.
Okay.
She'll take some steps back, like in between the two bookcases.
Aww. Okay. So here's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so,
No, no, no. Here, right here.
oh, she moves just a little further.
Like that. A little bit. She just kind of like gently kind of grabs hold it, not grabs your hand, but kind of takes your hand and just pulls you a step forward.
Okay.
And
She will comply.
she twists your shoulders a little bit just to make sure you're facing straight, and then kind of pulls the lock of your hair, and that's kind of drifted over your front shoulder back over you, like round to the back, so it's just kind of where it should be.
Oh,
Nods, pushes the glasses up. All right,
okay.
so you were saying?
Um, well, I saw Ivy's brother, right, Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any other brothers or sisters?
Uh, I I I don't know.
You've I mean, you've helped with the jacket before, so you've seen the tattoo, right?
She nods.
And Eddie has one too.
I don't look at him when he comes in. I normally just get out of the way.
That's fair. So you've never met anyone else who had a tattoo like that on their back? Like another number?
Shakes her head.
Kind of slumps a bit. Then pulls herself up because she doesn't want Lydia to feel like she has to correct her again. Um, you know anything about her sire or where she came from?
I. Oh, all right. One at a time. What was the first thing?
Do you know anything about her sire?
She was horrible. horrible woman.
Did you ever meet her?
Mm-mm. Shakes her head.
It seems like a good thing, really. You know
And,
what her name was?
the only thing I know is what the I've heard from bits and pieces
From who?
from Georgia a few times. Is when she's panicking, she has little fits and stuff sometimes. And she mumbles in her sleep.
No.
Not that I would know that.
Oh, of course not.
And some of it Ivy said too. The only thing I know is it's something to do with like Frost.
Okay, Frost. You know where she came from? Like, as one of us, not like. I mean, yeah, where she came from too, but.
I don't know.
Mm. I wish I knew how many there were. Do you know if Frost is still alive? Or, well, you get the idea.
I don't know anything about that other than their sire is a horrible, horrible woman, and she's, I think, under a handle of Frost. I don't know, but we don't talk about her because it brings bad things.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to ask Ivy about it. I figured she'd get really upset.
Is, is, is that it?
She starts kind of idly, not really chewing on her thumbnail, but kind of fiddling with it, like playing with her lip a bit. And at the question, kind of glances up as if startled out of a thought. I mean, unless there's anything else that might help.
I, I, I don't know what you want to know.
I just want to understand her better. I thought maybe finding out some of this would help.
Alice, you're You're digging. Digging in things that will bring up bad things.
She has the sense at least to look at least a little guilty.
I've I've wanted to do it for years. 'Cause I just want to help her. But I can't.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I should have thought you probably would have already tried. I mean, if you're, if she kind of glances around to the bookshelves, the person with all the answers, of course you'd go looking for the answer.
Mm-mm. No, I don't have any answers. I just have the questions.
None of us has the answers, do we? Oh, wait. Some of us do have them. We just don't have any questions. That's how it went.
She nods.
What a weird backwards way to be.
I'm so grateful for everything that she's done for me. Always, and I will never, ever think otherwise. So much so that I wish I could do something to help her back, but I do my job, and that's always enough. She comes looking for something, and I get it. Research, anything like that, that's what I do. You know, I'm like Bergen was kind of, maybe still. Mm,
And you're happy?
of course, I'm happy.
She just smiles.
Got everything I want here. I've got my books. I've got, some good people, and I've got Ivy. What more could I want other than Ivy?
She just kind of gives a quiet nod. Of course. Thank you, Lydia.
You're welcome.
You want me to, you want me to hit the lights on my way out?
I, I don't mind. Just is that is that all you wanna know? What are you gonna do next?
What did she ask the last bit?
What are you gonna do next?
I'm not sure. Maybe try to Google her name, see where she's been. See if I can figure out anything really.
You won't get anything. Nothing.
It's not a real name, is it?
I don't know, but nothing. Nothing at all.
Does she have any, like, I don't know, personal records in here?
Who? Ivy?
Ivy.
Rosman episode.
God damn it. Sure.
Fails. She, you can even tell, she's. You can just see it, that bead of sweat going down her forehead a bit. You know, the nervous energy just almost exploding in her hands as she's kind of fumbling with her fingers in front of you, and she looks down. No. Mm-mm.
Are you gonna get in trouble if I go look at them, even if I said I found them myself?
Ivy said these are personal. No, no. She, if they, if I knew where they were, or if I knew anything about that, Ivy would not want me to tell anybody. So I'm not gonna tell anybody. Mm-mm.
And she kind of pauses thoughtfully. And you certainly wouldn't file them away in the library, would you? If they were real. Oh,
This is damn.
I need a willpower. I want this.
So she wants it.
That's still only fucking meeting. God damn it.
And she looks down again, more sweat on her forehead, and just shakes her head.
No, no. Mm-mm. If I would, if I knew something like that, why would I keep record of it? That would be silly. Because then anybody could find it, and then I'd make Ivy sad, and I don't want to make Ivy sad.
Would Ivy be sad if she didn't know?
Didn't know what.
Well, if someone found them, but nobody said anything about it, she wouldn't be sad, would she?
I don't. There isn't any records or anything. There's nothing.
Alice is probably gonna send Lydia into a fucking fit. But she kind of nods and goes, "Yeah, of course not." And then just kind of turns about and starts. We'll walk out from between the two bookcases and turn deeper into the library, looking for filing cabinets. Kind of going deeper, hunting around, and she feels really bad, but kind of using Lydia's like aneurysm level as a gauge.
And you start walking around. There's finally there's cabinets, little drawers, and stuff like that all over this, all throughout this room. You kind of like go up to one, grab all of it, pull it out. It's full of files, little bits and pieces, and stuff like that. All neatly packed, A to Z.
She will just start walking down the lot, trailing a hand on them and singing "Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo," essentially.
What are you doing?
Seeing if I have any feminine intuition.
Why?
Because I want to help. I can't help if I don't know. And if I find things myself, well, you didn't tell me, so you wouldn't be in any trouble. And I wouldn't tell Ivy. So
I, you, you, what are you even looking for?
I don't know anything about her. Anything from before. Maybe it'll tell me if she has other brothers or sisters, or tell me something about this Frost person. But if I don't know what happened, I can't try to help.
There's nothing.
There has to be something.
So you can see she starts sweating some more.
And maybe even you don't know where it is. And that's okay. She keeps walking along and occasionally glancing over and seeing if there's a point where Lydia starts like hand wringing or something.
Like, there's just the fact that you're kind of looking. I assume you're opening like drawers and stuff. Actually, no. I need to know exactly what you're doing. Exactly.
Basically, what she's doing is she starts by opening a drawer. She doesn't futz up the files. She just kind of glances over, the little headers on them. And at least initially we'll start kind of just barely touching the front of the filing cabinets. Will be walking along, trailing her fingers as if like waiting for that magic little electric buzz to tell her which one's the right one. Even like raising and lowering it a little so it touches different drawers. And like I said, kind of eeny, meeny, miny mowing it, with an occasional glance to Lydia to see if there's a point where she gets more anxious. Though, truth be told, if these are as well labeled as I think they are, she'll eventually pause at the P's and start rooting. Because, I mean, what are the chances it's that easy? But they might be.
And you get to the P's. Lydia is standing there, nearly having a stroke, essentially. Like you can see, like she's pushing her lips together hard, and the fact that you're just going through all these, but she knows she can't stop you because why would she stop you? You're Ivy's, and you can see the vein on her forehead just kind of cursing, throbbing as the sweat just drips down, parting ways at the eyebrows and such, and even so much of the makeup begins to run slightly from her eyes.
Oh, no.
And yeah, you look through the P's. What are you looking for in the
I'm
P's?
looking for Palmer. Because
You look
usually when
through.
things are filed, it's by last name.
You look through. Looking for a Palmer. You find Palm.
She'll kind of like, if she needs to tippy toe up a little to kind of glance into the file, if Palmer isn't past it.
No, you find Palm.
She kind of makes a little bit of a puzzled face, but will kind of lean forward to look into the file, without pulling it out, because God help her, if she starts pulling out files, Lydia might actually have a seizure.
And you look through, and you kind of flick through the little like page in there. It seems this is just everything on the word palm.
Oh, God.
The palm of a hand, palm trees, palms, psalms, that kind of thing. Deviations, where it came from, the words, the Latin, the French, the everything. The everything. There's a good like 5-6 page thick of just for each subject.
Oh, Jesus.
These files are not small. These are pretty chunky.
Yeah, she'll flip through it a little to see if there's something like tucked in there, or the deviation of Palmer, because maybe it comes from the word palm or blah.
Oh yeah, totally. You find that. And you find Palmer.
But is there any information on a specific Ivy Palmer, or is it just information about where this name originates and
Oh yeah, so you pull out the file. Well, actually, no, you look down the file because you're not pulling it out. So, Palmer, meaning it's from English, from Middle to Old English, from French, from kind of a difference from Palmer. So, nickname for someone who's gone on pilgrimage of some sorts to a or the Holy Land. Kind of an adaptation of that. And it goes on to list, blah, 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 originated in this time, rough there on this time, so many people in this time recorded it, blah, 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 all just Wikipedia gunk, essentially.
mm-hmm. She's admittedly at this point probably just skimming, kind of looking for keywords that pop out, flicks through a bit, and if there's nothing on Ivy or nothing on a person named Palmer specifically, as opposed to information on the word, she'll, very delicately rearrange the file so it's all tidy again. She has taken pains not to fuss it up too badly. And she will actually, you know what? She'll take a moment and pause, looking like she's about to push the drawer shut, but she'll pause. And you know how they slide back and forth on rails?
Mm-hmm.
She is going to take a hold of the files and kind of nudge them all forward to see if there's anything laid underneath them.
You kind of nudge them forward, and you see this nothing. Very clean, orderly cabinets.
Yep. She
Very
will
clean. Very orderly.
She will nudge them all back into place. Close the cabinet. And begin skimming along again. This time, probably not going to be any better, but looking for Ivy.
So you have to move cabinets just for the sheer weight of these things and the chunkiness of it. But you get to the kind of section of alphabet from whatever to whatever, where I is in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been skimming through, and you find Ivy. And lo and behold, what you find is the encyclopedic everything on the word Ivy.
Yep. Again, she will flick through chunks of it, just kind of skimming to see if there's anything besides information on the plant.
Information on the plant, the color, where it came from, where it originated, how to kill the plant, how to grow the plant. They're all everything, what the plant can be used for, blah, 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 blah.
And she will, after she's thumbed through that and gotten nowhere, she'll close the drawer again. And, you know what? She's just going to start looking across all these filing cabinets. Are any of the drawers locked? Do any of them have locks on them?
You look across, they all have locks on them. But if you're trying them, none of them are locked.
Are there any that precede the A's or follow the Z's?
Nope.
No spare drawer, no spare shelf.
Not by the looks of it.
Starts chewing thoughtfully on her lower lip again. And you know what? This is going to end in tears, but she's going to go for a particular drawer, tug it. Look and see what there is on the vampire folder, because that should be comical.
All right. You go down to one of the last cabinets, second to last, because, there's that many files in these fucking things. Pull out, you go all the way to vampire. That's a chunky one.
Oh boy.
You find the origin, the name, the story, the mythology, everything you would expect to see from an encyclopedic knowledge on the word and the meaning and everything behind vampire. All the films listed, all the movies, all the books, everything, citations, actors, everything.
A thoughtful squint. Closes that one. She mulls for a minute again. When she's thumbing through any of these, does she see things listed like last name, first name, like any instances of that in all the drawers she's thumbed through?
So, yeah, you've looked through a good few of these. The general idea to get from these is this: there's not really like names of things. This is words. This is basically, for all intents and purposes, there's about 30 filing cabinets here, all that kind of in a row, or they're kind of in a circular like cone from A on the left to Z on the right. They go all the way around the back corner of the room. There's a table in the middle, and there's some nice kind of lighting and art on the walls and that kind of bollocks. These are all just A to Z words. Everything and anything. This is basically, like you get an encyclopedia. They're pretty chunky. This is basically Ivy's encyclopedia. This is just absolutely full. Like there's enough paper in here to cut down an entire fucking rainforest.
Okay. She's gonna start exploring to see how the rest of the library is organized. Maybe looking to see if there are sections where, because Ivy is a harpy and she's starting to get the idea of what that means, so maybe she keeps record of various shit somewhere, of different people, things she knows about them, something like that. So she's going to wander around, kind of cruising the shelves, looking at labels, kind of looking for something to stand out.
All right. You look around, look for something, anything that stands out. There's a good few, There's some nice looking books, of course, neatly ordered, alphabetical order. But other than that, there's nothing like that really just jumps out at you.
Is there like a front desk or an office or anything in here?
Nope. No, Lydia's just not shadowing you, but following you around. It's kind of like watching what you're doing as she just drips with sweat.
Yeah,
That saying has now got another one on the other side of her forehead.
God. Yeah, she'll eventually come back to one of the central areas and plop into a chair and just take the library in for a minute, just trying to figure out if she was going to file something away. She didn't what's seen. Where the fuck would she put it? That still made orderly sense, because Lydia obviously, like, she can't help but keep this shit in some sort of order.
She sits down across from you very slowly.
There's kind of an apologetic glance her way. Sorry, I know I'm stressing you out, and
It's fine. Let me just put it this way. Alice, I like you, I do. But you're looking for the world's smallest needle in the biggest haystack, and you don't know what this needle looks like? Or any idea of what we were going to do with the needle when you find it?
gonna read it. Then I'm gonna put it right back where I found it.
She grits her teeth as out of character. She spends willpower, taking her down to 3.
Oh my god, poor Lydia.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't.
If you spend all the time looking for all of these, you're just gonna have a lot of information on a lot of different things.
Sorry, say that again?
Just gonna have a lot of information on a lot of different things, but no idea what you're actually looking for.
You're right. I mean, I don't. For all I know, it's a diary. Or maybe it's a file with old birth certificates or death certificates. Or maybe it's a fucking thumb drive. Kind of shrugs. This place is like immaculately clean, isn't it?
Immaculate.
So she can't even use the logic of like, well, maybe something that hasn't been handled because nothing is showing signs of neglect unless there's just, I don't know, fucking drawer handle pulls that have fewer, rub marks on them from consistent use. But
She, again, out of character, spends it at the willpower point.
oh no.
There are things in place that make that make this Neil really, really hard to find.
I know.
She holds her head, takes off the glasses, puts them on the table.
You okay?
Spends another willpower point. There are things in place. Lots of things in place. Puzzle. Basically. She kind of clenches the side of her temple. As you can see, like, another vein kind of popping up on the forehead. She's straining ridiculously hard at this point.
And Dallas finally seems to catch on to the fact that she's trying to tell without telling, or seems to be. Thank you. Okay. So a puzzle.
She
Oh.
She kind of nods a bit and she's kind of clenching her head.
Hey, just relax for now, okay? You look pretty bad.
I don't know why or where all came from.
Don't know where or where what came from?
It came from. But it's there. And you just need to find what it is, what you're looking for.
She nods, chewing on her lip again, and finally, kind of gingerly goes to stand, not wanting to startle Lydia or jostle her or anything. Just kind of picks herself up and tries to change her tactic a little bit. And she starts, again, slowly walking around the library, looking not at the books, not at uh, the filing cabinets and the labels directly on them, but kind of looking at everything else, if it makes sense. Like looking at the bookcases, looking at the walls, looking at just kind of looking for anything that sticks out, or maybe some strangeness to the shelving. Like maybe it follows one pattern and then changes pattern partway through.
So you look around.
Any inconsistency, really.
And how much time are you going to spend looking?
Probably a long while, unless Lydia actually like passes out or something. Something like that will derail her, but
All right. So you begin looking. You look around the bookcases, you look around the walls, you look around the art on the walls. You kind of lift a few of them up, like looking behind them. You look through down the back of the filing cabinet, and eventually, after about 13, 14 minutes, Lydia just collapses on the table.
she will yeah, she will hurry over and kind of check on her, make sure she's still doing things like breathing.
Oh yeah, no, she's just the way to do this is obvious. There is, I'd say, it's obvious she's passed out. I mean, that's obvious. She's breathing. She's fine. Roll me an intelligence. Oh, this could be interesting. What could
Could
you
it?
roll me? Tell me intelligence and medicine to see how much you can pick up from there.
Okay. I don't know if encyclopedic knowledge will help, but here we go. I don't need it. It's fine.
That's all right. But does it come in? It does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So you look at Lydia, and you can, yeah, you know what you're looking for. Like, you've seen this. It's literally in the books that you've read. Just the sheer amount of stress can, eventually tire people out to a point. And the amount of shit you can just see, the stress, the anxiety, the everything piled on top of it, the amount of just shit she's been straining against for the past half an hour. You're surprised this girl has not had a heart attack. Not even one. She's surprised she hasn't had about 3. In the amount of shit she's just been holding back and straining herself against.
Jesus. Is there anywhere more comfortable I can sit her?
I mean, in here, there's not really. They kind of few wooden chairs. But yeah, there is a full furnished living room.
Yeah.
There's
there is.
bedrooms.
She will, man, she is gonna feel guilty, but she will check to see if Lydia has, like, a set of keys on her. Anything like that.
She does.
Are any of them blatantly not, like, car or room keys, like small little lockbox keys, things like that?
There are. There's 5 keys. 2 of them look like average door keys. One of them looks like your old style, like your big, long key with like the 2 teeth on the end of it.
Like going to my back door.
Yeah. And then there's those 3. Then there's 2 like kind of smaller ones with like the plastic on them.
Mm-hmm.
and there's one's kind of like a circular key. There's like a yellow plastic handle on it.
Just because this seems to kind of follow, she will first carefully move Lydia down onto the floor so she can't fall over, at least for the moment. And she will dart over to where all of the yellow books are. Just on the off chance.
All right, you run over to where the yellow books are.
And she'll start you know how you can like thumb the top of the spine of the book to kind of just flick it, make it move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She'll start doing that. You know, to 2 or 3 at a time, just kind of fiddling, looking to see if anything doesn't move or
Nope.
moves oddly or feels fake.
Nope, they all move.
Damn it. And of course she didn't see a keyhole. You know what? For now, she's going to come back over to Lydia, make sure those keys are tucked back wherever they were. But she's going to come scoop her up and very gingerly we'll kind of elbow the lights off on her way out, but we'll carefully kind of wiggle her way out the door so she can set her on the couch.
You lie down on the couch. Still, no, nobody in here.
Polo's paper still there?
Yep.
Shit. She's going to take herself a sit. And she's going to do some thinking. And she's going to look at the walls. And now that she has an idea of how big the library is, it adjoins, you said, the kitchen on one side, essentially?
No. So the kitchen. Let me see if I can draw this. Alright, let's have a go. So in roll 20 at the top.
Basically, for the sake of explaining, what she's doing is kind of trying to size it out, because now that she's seen that there are like that insanely deep cubby hole in her wall, it's clear that there are places in the house where the walls might be in the wrong places and not add up. So she's going to start going around and trying to eye fuck it to see if between like the library and whatever's around it, there is any sort of space that doesn't make sense.
All right. So we have the room here. So the stairs go here. And they go this way, upwards to where the landing is. And it's about there. Polo's chair's about here. Nice settee here. Lydia is. Table. The chair here. Bookcase is underneath the stairs. One of the doors is here. Go into the library.
Okay.
There's another door here. One door here. One door down here. All the way out the way. There's a door here to the kitchen. And there's a door here.
Oh, what's that lower door?
This one is one you've seen Niall, Kristoff, and Anthony come out of.
Is that the basement?
Probably.
I mean, she's been to the basement.
That it is.
Okay. And yeah, I guess she's gonna kind of eye fuck it, like take a moment to kind of eyeball about how much distance there's between the door and the furthest wall she can see, and then poke her head and flick the lights on and see if it seems like about the same amount of distance. Like, it's obvious. I mean, she's not measuring it. She's not gonna catch it if it's like probably even like a foot. but just looking to see if there's any like real difference. And then we'll start doing the same thing, like go to the next room, pop it open, turn the light on, and see if the distance kind of makes sense and if the room seems as deep as the library is.
All right, so this one right here, this room,
Mm-hmm.
this room does. It's kind of like they part like this way. Why do they draw this at the top? But they part like that way. They kind of stop and it makes sense, and this kind of cuts off about there. This one, you open it, you meet the cleaning closet.
Oh, it's a really
It's
big
big.
closet.
It's a big one. It's about like from here to here. That's the width of it. It kind of goes around. There's a few shelves and all cleaning products, but it's not very like massively deep.
Okay. So she'll check out the next room down.
This one,
The one on the same wall.
it's the same wall. There is no more on the same wall.
I thought there were.
So yeah, you got this one here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the library.
Mm-hmm.
Got this one here. You run into.
Yeah.
That's a gym.
Oh,
Full.
that one?
That one's a gym. It's the same size as the library. That's a gym. This one, it's a cleaning closet.
Oh, okay.
This one you haven't opened yet.
All right, fuck it. Let's see what's in the last door.
The last door is another door into the garage.
Oh, well, we just closed that. Are there bookcases up under the angled part of the stairs?
So this bit here.
God damn it. You know what?
So the stairs go up this way. And they turn to go that way.
Yeah, is there,
There are bookcases here, yes. Look down here.
so what about, like,
No, not there, no.
is there anything under there? Or is it just,
Nope.
like, wall?
That is just like walls. It follows the stairs upwards.
Well, poop.
All right. Well then, as Alice sits there with a passed out Lydia, maybe she's managed to answer some questions. Maybe she's managed to create more questions. But alas, she takes, knowingly this time, the first little step on a long, twisting path. That is where this scene will end.